What if Australia doesn't even exist? So bear with me, almost everything we know or think we know is secondhand information. Maybe even third or fourth-hand information. Like, large mammal populations are declining, but have you personally counted them? And apparently there are microplastics in our drinking water. But have you looked under the microscope yourself? Which often makes a strange thought pop into my head. How do I even know that Australia exists? Like, I've never been there. And sure, I've met a lot of people from Australia, but they could just be putting on a weird accent. And like, they have Christmas in the summer, and their toilets drain counterclockwise? I mean, come on, it sounds pretty suspicious. Now, obviously I'm kidding, I believe Australia exists. I'm like 99% sure. But the reason I do is that, for it not to exist, there would have to be this vast conspiracy. Every news story I've ever seen about Australia would have to have been a hoax. And all the people I know and trust from Australia, or even who have visited Australia, would have to have been flat out lying to me this whole time. And what about the kangaroos that I've seen at zoos? They would have to come from what, like Arizona? The point is, it would have to be some Truman Show level conspiracy, and I'm not quite that paranoid. But this isn't really a video about Australia. Because for me, I come from a family of academics. I know and have worked with a lot of scientists personally. And so from my perspective, the scale of conspiracy that would have to exist for, say, climate change to be a hoax, it starts to get up there with Australia not existing. Because the information I have comes from a variety of corroborated sources whom I trust personally. But I can see how, if you were detached from the world of academia, it might feel as easy to believe anti-vaxxers as to believe people who've dedicated their lives to combating infectious disease. Because they're all third parties, and one of them is reinforcing your existing worldview. But why am I telling you this? You either agree with me, or you don't. And if you don't, why would you trust me? It's not like you know me personally either. Well, I guess my takeaway is that if we want to counter disinformation, we can't just throw information at people, even if that information is correct and reliable. Instead, we have to find ways to build webs of trust. Because almost everything you believe about the world is based on trust, one way or another. And if you want people to trust what you're saying, they first need to know and trust the person saying it. So I guess that's my answer to the question of,